What's up, everybody? I'm Rob Mann, and I have opinions.
And I'm Raymond Pennie, and I'm really looking forward to hearing Rob's opinions.
I like it. Number one, first and foremost, shout out to Veti for sponsoring my pickleball / dadding attire. I'm wearing a Veti shirt if you were on audio only. I think I counted and I have 10 of these, and I specifically play pickleball in these. And people frequently ask me what Veti is, and I say they're a partner who has the most comfortable swag. I think I had this conversation with you once, Raymond, just completely off topic here of what we're going to talk about. But the quality of t-shirt that you give out actually matters, because otherwise don't even waste your freaking money.
Wise words.
Yeah. Like there was a time, Raymond, where I was like, hey, you're going to use this brand shirt and you're going to put this simple logo on it. And then I got to the event and they bought the crappy shirt. And I was like, I'm not wearing this.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It makes sense. It makes sense. The things you keep are the things with quality. I love a good pen. I love a good pen. Nothing like you pick it up, you keep it around. Yeah. I am currently using an Audro pen. So this podcast is brought to you by Audro pens.
Shout out to Audro, our good friends over there, and our late good friend, Mr. McCabe. All right.
Exactly.
What we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a job that I saw online for Director of Digital Operations. Specifically, this was for a healthcare company, and they were looking to improve the VMS workflows, improve their credentialing workflows, and overall just generate an AI strategy. So like this was like their kind of the remit of the job. And I thought that was super fascinating. And so really cool kind of like way to think about how you're going to operate. They had just hired a COO, and they were like, hey, we think we need this job. They laid out specific things, but it got me thinking about what, in the age of automation and AI, people don't have there's like 4 or 5 people that I really like. I don't know. I'm going to say some names of people who do this job that I really like and respect. You can let me know if you have more. I don't know if there's like a huge number globally even of these people. But like operating right now, I would say Will Hayes is the very top from IDR. He's the COO of IDR, but he's also the head of digital operations for sure, because he's constantly coding and building AI apps. Leanne Courtney, number 2, who I think formerly of Procom, formerly of Aletha, does a really good job. Number 3, I would say Paige Fiore from a little tiny shop. Like what the hell? I can't remember the name of the firm now, but she's constantly someone that I'm constantly picking her brain about what she's doing with AI and what she's not doing. Renee Beach from Focus People does a fantastic job of doing it.
She's not coffee with her a couple of weeks ago.
With Renee?
Yeah, in Atlanta. Oh, nice. Lovely coffee.
Who are you seeing on your side of the pond?
There's a gentleman who I think is as good as we talked to, a guy called Matt Weller at a company called G2V. Matt can make some of the hardest things look really easy, and some of the impossible things possible. So he does a cracking job. Very detailed, very, very techy. We always enjoy a conversation with him. And then there's probably a guy in Ireland called Bo. Bo works at the panel, and he does some great stuff with AI. So they would be the 2 call outs. I'm sure there are loads, but given I didn't give it any preparation in the thought, then I'll save it for next time.
I'm sure there's other people that I missed. If you know someone, please throw them down in the comments that does a good job. We'd love to connect with them too and see what we can learn. But what does that mean? So what does being the director of digital operations mean? So first and foremost, they just number one, they probably have to understand staffing and recruiting, both the recruiting side of it, the sales side of it, the onboarding of a candidate if you're doing staffing, or that middle office piece if you're doing perm. And then how the data moves to the back office, right? Whether it's you're running your own payroll, or if you have an EOR and you're passing that over. So that head of digital operations is essentially understands staffing and recruiting, understands your business, understands, your ATS, your CRM, and basically your entire workflows, and is looking for ways to find, and this is where staffing is like so ripe for digital, applications, AI agents, whatever like buzzwords you want to do, is because we do the same things over and over and over again. And Raymond, this was a really frustrating moment. I was talking about a new software, and this is the answer that normally happens. So some new software, it was like 35K for the year, like full freight, not discounted yet. And the guy was like, I'd rather just hire another person. And I'm like, bro, you can't scale your business out of your offices because your software sucks and you can't scale humans and you don't want to hire. Like, I was like, you just said the thing you hired me to be a consultant for is to get rid of hiring freaking humans. So like, and like, what kind of shitty ass human are you going to get that wants 35K a year? Like, sorry, no offense to anyone who takes that as a paycheck, but like, are they going to be doing the best job for that rate? Like, I mean, what are we doing here?
They all
Anyway, that's
aspire
just
to
me.
have more. They all aspire to have more.
You're like, oh, I want more humans. No, you don't. If you want to scale your business, you need technology that's going to help you scale. And then the humans do the fun part, which is blab, like Raymond and I do. We do the jibber jabber. That's what we're for. Probably more than that, Raymond, but the fun part.
There, I think that's fair, and I think the roles that that head of digital operation could probably save will go into multiples the bigger the business you get, because they know how it works, and therefore you don't have people who are doing the covering up for systems. It's never been easier to put systems together. It's never been easier to get systems to do things they're maybe not always expected to work that way, but the world of dev and integrations has become more straightforward all the time. But the edge cases are the ones that your head of operations would know about.
Exactly. So what are some of the things that the, like, kind of just breaking down like the three things that these guys are responsible for as a head of digital operations? Number one, workflow optimization, making sure you're mapping and improving how the work gets done. Automation and AI implementation and testing, right? Don't chase, like, they're not chasing shiny tools, they're actually solving problems. And they've already identified the workflows that can be, replaced by AI and automation. And then data governance and security. I made a big point of this one, Raymond, is like, this person needs to be constantly educating themselves on this part of it, the security and the data governance, because look, we handle PII, right? All the time. We
Yeah, we do.
handle personal identification information. If you're a SaaS provider and you get Raymond or mine's business credit card and someone gets a hold of it because they hack your system, we're
Yeah,
probably going to be okay. We're going to be unhappy for like 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it takes to
till it
fix it.
stops, till it goes on stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, but we're not that I'm asking for that to happen to us, by the way, but I'm just saying, like, we're generally going to be okay. But if someone's PII gets into the dark web, it's a little more of a pain in the, and it's probably already there, but like, they don't need the most up to date in one package to go grab it. So, and you also don't want your recruiters or salespeople just willy nilly putting things in LLMs that they don't belong. So really just being educated and being educated and being the educator and that person in your organization is probably invaluable in the next 12 months. So those are the three things. Like I said, handle workflow, understand it, then layer the automation AI on top of it, and then obviously be the expert when it comes to data governance and security. Anything you think you can add? I know this is my little spiel, but I'm sure you have thoughts and opinions here.
Uh, there's probably two things I'd add. One, that they need to be curious for improvement. So they need to be AI curious, willing to have a go, willing to try something, have a sandbox, be willing to look at it in a slightly different way. And maybe the second thing, which is this job title may not be the job title you have. But if you understand all the moving parts, this is the job title you should have. And one last thing is, probably no one will miss you till you're gone. Because if you have
You're
this
gone.
role and you know where the bodies are buried, it's amazing. So these people hold things together without really being the guys who are smashing their targets or the guys who are making sure that all the cash is collected. But even if you smashed your target and the data didn't move its place from A to B, or you did it because somebody applied who'd been warmed up by an automation and then talked to by an AI agent and then onboarded through a fraud prevention scheme, then all of those things wouldn't exist. So I think they're an unsung hero, even if they're all may not be called that.
Thank you for calling him a hero. Anyway, the other thing too, Raymond, and then we'll talk about this next, was I put it in our research document for the next episode, was the sales enablement report card for 2025 moving into 2026. And the reason it's relevant to this conversation is this head of digital operations will actually be the person who, like managers are often too busy to enforce sales or recruiting steps, right? But your best recruiters have the same process your salespeople have the same process that they do when they're successful, because they do that. Obviously, automation can do some of that and replace some of it, but some of the, hey, at this stage of a prospect, let's send them a white paper, or hey, this person hit on this piece of content. We know we want to bring them through this journey. And that's what this head of digital operations is really for. It's kind of that, like what SaaS companies call it, sales enablement or recruiting enablement. And we're going to go through some stats from this report from a company called SuperEd next week. And it'll be pretty interesting because it definitely applies to delivering and sales and staffing and recruiting. So that's all I got for you guys. So the director of digital operations, we named a few good ones. We talked about what they kind of handle in the business. And Raymond gave some really good traits for that person. And also, yeah, you won't miss them until they're gone for sure. And curiosity is probably their number one. So if you have a tinkerer or someone who's trying to make things better, improve, or in Raymond's case, he usually hires them. Alex
That's Roberts. What I was going to say. If you feel you are one of these, then and you're maybe looking for an adventure, I'm your man.
You're underappreciated, go to Kyle. Yeah. I could attest. Alex Roberts is doing all right. Anyway, yeah. So guys, thank you so much, and let us know what you think about this role. If you have any questions about how to hire this role or what skills they should have, there's probably a few other people you could talk to about it, but Raymond and I are definitely on that list, and would love to have that conversation. I'd love to see more people hiring for this role. More importantly,
yeah, we agree. I think it's on the. I think you should call it the unsung hero.
All right, we haven't done any of this, but do you want to drop your Aberdonian slang on us for a second here? To end this, how are we going to sign off with some Aberdonian slang for me?
Okay, here's one that means a day that it's not very bright, it's dull, and maybe it looks like it's going to rain. That would be called dree, which is
What'd you say?
Dree, which is DREEEE.
Got it. All right. Well, that's actually describing South Florida right now. So we're having a dree, probably pronounced poorly, day. All right, guys. Brilliant. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to R Cubed, where Raymond and Rob talk recruitment, or recruitment is talked about by Raymond and Rob. Please remember to subscribe wherever you are tuned in and give it a like. Also, those comments are going to help get this show on the road. If you found anything valuable, you definitely need to subscribe. But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.